First off, just congrats to Campbell on an amazing season. And just after learning the story of the turnaround that they had from 2 seasons ago to this season, it's an impressive job by their coach and their players. So, I think on our side, let me go here a second. Just I walked outside. There was a tailgate going on, and I talked to them briefly, and then I walked back inside, and our student section was already full. The 12th man was amazing, and just the amount of support that's being shown towards our volleyball team is, I don't know, the most humbling thing in the world to me. So just a gigantic debt of gratitude in that direction. And then for our team, just we had to describe our team in one word, and I used two on accident. So I'm very bad at combining things into one. But I thought today for me, just, I don't know, sum things up of, and this is a lot more than one word, and I apologize, but just we talk a lot about being effortlessly ourselves, and I thought we were that tonight in an NCAA tournament, which is hard to do. And I noticed it when we were in the SEC tournament under, I don't know, the most extreme pressure in those that we were enjoying being ourselves in big moments, and that's what it takes within this tournament. So I just think that fact that we were effortlessly ourselves and we played really smooth volleyball in the first round of the NCAA tournament is a good sign for things to come.
Questions for players? Logan, just the efficiency that y'all were able to run the offense, is that something, how quickly did it feel like y'all were getting into that groove with things tonight?
Yeah, I feel like right off the bat, Maddie was putting up great balls for all of us tonight, and I think balanced offense is the best thing you can do for a volleyball team. One woman show won't get you very far, so I think by having us being so balanced, it's going to take us really far. And it's nice, like he said, to start right off the bat in the beginning of the tournament with that.
And limit the amount of at least attack errors that y'all had. Like we said, starting off first game, how much is that a good first step for the playoff process?
It's huge, yeah. It's only going to get tougher from here. TCU is a great team, so kind of turning the page, looking towards them. And I think focusing in on not getting the shiny kill, right? Not doing too much, not enough. I think just right in that good spot is where we're going to get the best out of our efficiency, and I think we all did.
Speaking of kills, you had 18 kills tonight. How big was that for the offensive game and kind of getting their defense out of sorts?
Yeah, I mean, it was good, but I couldn't do it without the people around me either. I mean, Maddie putting up a very balanced offense, and Finn and Emily, doing their thing. So it's great, but couldn't do it without the rest of my team.
They kind of went on a run there at the end of that first set, kind of getting back in there. Just what'd you see from you guys? Just kind of able to halt that momentum and then kind of pick things up there early in that second set.
Yeah, I mean, I think honestly good for us to get a little push. It's not going to be an easy coast the rest of the tournament, and so being squeezed a little bit there in the first is a good testament. I think we turned it around pretty well in the next two.
Emily, you had double-digit kills tonight. How encouraging is that to have that performance to start off the tournament?
Yeah, that feels great to just be able to get off on the right note. And again, we talk so much about having a balanced team. I saw a lot of space tonight. I had a lot of splits, and that wouldn't be the case if we didn't have a great setter and great middles and another great side of the court on the opposite pin. And so I think just grateful to be on the team that we're on, because I think it makes it more fun for all of us.
Yeah. Well, you had 5 total blocks tonight. Can you talk about how that's going to carry into the rest of the tournament?
Yeah, that's been something that I'm working on quite a bit in my game, and so honestly pretty rewarding for me just to have a solid night going into the tournament. So hopefully continuing that as we go on. But yeah.
Coach Morrison, you used the challenge card quite a few times tonight.
Yeah.
Can you sort of explain, is there a difference between using the challenge card in the regular season versus the tournament?
I think there's going to be a bigger difference depending on where we go, and we're lucky and blessed that we play in the SEC, and we have one of the best challenge systems out there in Hawkeye. And I think as we head into Big Ten country later on in this, or even the national championship game, I'm not sure what they're going to use, but they don't have that. So that will be different. But no, and the crowd's chanting my name, but it's our players. And when they come down and they're adamant about it, we talk about how to do that, about how to say, hey, no, we think this. And I'll usually look for confirmation from people on the bench. But it's really a team effort of if they're sure about it, I'll go challenge the majority of things. And I don't know, there was one that I was a little iffy on, the cross-court one, but it's usually the most missed call. So I'm like, all right, I'll trust you guys on it. But no, I don't think there's a difference. I think it depends on, I don't know, where you are in the game. If you're in the first set, you're a little less likely to take a risky challenge. And if you're in the second or third and you haven't used one, you might as well. Sometimes you need a timeout. So I think it might change down the stretch as we get, I don't know, in the third and fourth round. It might be maybe block touches. We're not trying to call as much just because they don't catch them as much.
Emily, you guys played TCU in a really epic match. They all just came up a little short end early this season. Just what was the biggest thing that this team took from that match moving forward, and just you guys looking forward to getting another crack at them?
Yeah, totally. I think we learned a lot from that game, and I think we hit an upward stride right after that loss. And I think it pushed us to look in the mirror and see what areas we needed to grow in. And, we've had different moments throughout the season where we've been almost, checked of like, okay, now what's next? Of what's the next step to get better and to, create less weaknesses. And so I think I'm super excited to get to match up with them again and show off all the work we've put in.
Both of y'all have touched on balance of the team and how everything contributes to everything else. On that note, how does the defensive performance really contribute to the performance on offense tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. We couldn't do it without the block funneling it back to the people in the back, and then the great saves and plays and all the things. So it's huge. I mean, we couldn't do it without it. So.
Do you like the opportunity to play a team that y'all lost to earlier before and get another go at that kind of match?
100%. I'm excited. Like she said, we've learned a lot because it was the SMU TCU little downhill slump, I guess you could call it, weekend. And we learned so much and have kind of just been on an upward stride since. So super excited. They're a great team. It's going to be a really fun match. So, yeah.
Do you use that loss kind of like as extra motivation, especially now that you get the chance to go into the Sweet 16 if you beat them?
100%. Yeah, I mean, that's all the motivation in the world to get to continue on to the next step on top of a previous loss to them.
Yeah.
Good on players? All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, y'all.
See you tomorrow.
They might need that for tomorrow. You can take it tomorrow.
Look at
All right, questions for Coach?
Jamie, same kind of question. Is it rewarding as a coach to see the kind of efficiency that come out with in the first round of this game?
Yeah, I got to go look at the number. I didn't want them to quote me and tell me I was wrong, but I think it was 5 unforced errors, 6 unforced errors total between service and attacking. And it's one of the areas that we've talked a lot about that weekend that we call Voldemort now that we don't mention. But like unforced errors, it was one of them. So to come out and play that clean at the beginning of this, like it's a good sign of things to come.
What are you going to tell the team to keep that momentum up as, it's going to get harder and harder as the tournament goes along?
I think what I said at the beginning of this, playing authentically as ourselves, both in the way that we play, our systems, our volleyball, and then who we are as human beings. And the thing, again, I don't know if anybody's been really fully paying attention to the tournament, but I think there were 6, 7 5-set matches yesterday. And there were some 3 seeds that got squeezed and kind of went to 5. There were some 2, so I think 1 2 seed went to 5. And playing the NCAA tournament, and everyone says, like, treat every game the same. Like, they're not completely the same. And there's a lot of chances for you to get pulled and swayed of who you are as a human being, who you are as a competitor, and who we are as a team. And I think I didn't see any of that tonight. I didn't see any of that in the SEC tournament. I think, again, that's what excites me the most about, the momentum of what we can do.
Okay, did you say that you guys call unforced errors Voldemort? Like
No, I was saying the weekend that we went up to Dallas, I call it Voldemort now. So.
Okay, gotcha.
How is this team different now? Heading into this TCU match than that Baltimore weekend?
I do not recognize the team when I go back and watch that match on scouting. And just the little things, and they've mentioned a few of them, but it was just one of those things where it was like, hey, here's the 6 things. And I literally, the next morning, like, here's what we need to get better at in order to be an elite volleyball team. And we started that next day at practice at TCU, and we just didn't have enough time. And the thing I was most proud of in that moment is we had a 49-minute practice because we'd come off 4 road matches in 7 days, and I didn't want to kill them physically. But it was the most dialed in we've been all year, and we got 50% of the way there of what we needed to do on those things. It just wasn't enough in that night. And TCU is a really good volleyball team. They're well coached. They have good athletes. They compete. But there's no doubt in my mind we are a different volleyball team right now than we were the last time we played them at their house. And we have the 12th man.
Speaking of the 12th man, 5,830 fans in attendance. This team has not made it to the NCAA. Not hosted the NCAA tournament since 2019. What's the message to the 12th man, like, for all the support that they've given you?
Yeah, first off, I want to publicly state this, and I'm going to go fight for this during the off season. I think the fact that we earned the right to be at home should mean we should be able to give our fans the atmosphere that they've had all year. And there's just little things with the music that we get to play and things along those lines. So there's my public statement. There will be an email sent also at some point here. But it's equally about the fact that the 12th man is helping us win matches. They're also making it more entertaining for me to coach when they're heckling me to go challenge something in the middle of the match. The fact that many people are there is intimidating, and almost like I looked over at their bench, I don't know, when we were sawing it off before the match, and like everyone was looking in awe. of this is amazing. And that's exactly how I feel about it. I feel about it, that this is amazing. And then the other piece is just the vision of what I had for this program and getting people to fall in love by 5,000, how many?
830.
830, and there's 21 of you in this room right now. And when I got here, there were 2. And just the fact that there are this many people that care about this sport, that you guys know what a hitting efficiency is, that they're educated enough to go call a ball in and out, that I'm getting comments as I go by about, I don't know, what's happening, that people, I don't know, care about our team, care about me and my family. And I got a lot of congratulations this week. And it's awesome and it's amazing. And I'm thankful. And I do think it's going to continue to grow. And I keep saying this. I think the crowds will get bigger. I think people will get more and more interested, and a lot of it's because of our girls and how amazing they are and how entertaining they are to be around and watch play this amazing game.
I know it's a quick turnaround, but just from what you have scouted on TCU, what have you seen from them? I mean, that was a long time ago you played them. Differences from then to now, that the team you're going to see tomorrow night?
They bounce back and forth between 2 lineups, so there's a little bit more prep time that has to go into that. But we're ready. I started off the week kind of working on all 4 teams a little bit, and then kind of whittled it down to we were just working on Campbell yesterday. So we've already gone through a little bit with the girls, but getting them familiar. And the biggest thing is you want your team to be familiar with what's going to happen. And there's certain things that you can do game plan wise where we're going to do this. But again, go back to what I said at the beginning, the tournament is about staying true to who it is that you are and your systems and things that go along those lines. So the way that we scout is a little bit more, hey, here's the exceptions to our system. And there's a few of them that we got to go over. But for the most part, it's, hey, here's the 2 lineups just so you guys are familiar with what you're going to see. Here's the attackers. But what have I seen? They run a fast offense. It's one of the biggest things. Evan Hendricks is a handful. She's a really good volleyball player. So you got to take care of her a little bit. And they got a supporting cast around her. So again, the speed is the thing you got to deal with, and you got to deal some stuff with your system with that. But the biggest thing I'm fired up on is, again, I feel like we're playing really, really clean volleyball. And if I go back and watch that video just on our side and scratch out who's on the other side of the net, and then I go back and watch, I don't know, tonight versus the TCU match, it's not going to look the same. That being said, we got to be ready to battle. And as you go further in this tournament, again, going back to this, you're going to be stretched in terms of who you are. You're going to be stressed more and more and more, and you're going to have to do it for longer periods of time. And you guys brought it up. First set, we strayed a little bit away from who it is that we are, the intensity that we bring. But as we go further in this, it's going to have to be do it for 25 minutes at a time, take a 3-minute break in between sets, do it all over again. But I think we're ready for that.
What was the message to the team at the end of the first half, or not
Set.
half, set, sorry. Into the first set with that little Campbell run there, really turned it around.
See, we even know the difference between a half and a set. Look at us go. The message was, and I actually came into the huddle and they were talking about it, that we just lost a little bit of intensity near the end of that. And we lost a little bit of focus. And I talked about what I did like in that. And it was the 10, 12 points before that where we played very suffocating volleyball. And it was really hard to play against us. And that's what got us out to the 12 or 13 point lead, whatever that was in the middle of that. And it just was about getting back to that as quickly as possible. And I thought we did that for the second and third.
Coach, we talked about the 5,830 in attendance, but 2,285 of those were students. I know the account might take a little bit, but what's your message to them for coming out today and coming back tomorrow?
It's totally worth it. And yeah, going back to, I said it at the beginning, I'm grateful. And the least that I can do is make sure that the student body gets to come in here and not have to pay for a ticket to come watch the game that I love. So they've been amazing all season, and I'd do it all over again. Well, I'm going to do it all over again tomorrow. I'll probably take another ding in the bank account, but no regret whatsoever. And just, I'm, again, grateful for what they've given. I'm grateful for what they've done. I want them to keep coming. And this is really, I don't know, if you look back at, college athletics, this is about the student athletes on your team and the experience that they get. This is about the experience that the students get that are a part of this university right now. And then it's about the people that want to come back. And if we can give back to all of those audiences and make sure they're having amazing experiences while they're within this, then we're doing our jobs as coaches.